Kids are back in school, and with your busy schedule, who's got time to sit at a repair shop? Save time on your overdue brake repairs. NewBrakes.com will send a certified technician to your home or office when it fits your schedule. Visit NUBrakes.com. That's NUBrakes.com.
This is Neil Strauss, host of the hit true crime podcast, To Live and Die in LA. We're back with a new season covering an intense and occasionally dangerous missing persons case that actually sent me down this rabbit hole of true crime investigations. From Tenderfoot TV, To Live and Die in LA Season 2 is available now. Listen for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or binge the entire season ad-free on Tenderfoot Plus.
There's a lot on the line tomorrow, and we'll be at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood watching the game. Let's get headlines here to start out the show with our own Alejandro Solana. FIU made us some money last night.
Let's go. Pause up.
Pause up, Papa.
I'm with you.
These headlines are sponsored by Golf Miami-Dade with 5 convenient courses. Book your tee time today at golfmiamidade.com. The final score, 48-10. They covered. They host Texas State next Saturday.
Did you see, by the way, that they kicked a field goal at the end? Like, were you watching it all? Do you have any idea how that game ended?
I was struggling through a Uruguay-Peru game in
a
very controversial second half. So, truthfully, I did not see
understood.
what happened. I was just checking on Google, and then you texted me that
that
won.
It was over.
Right.
And I was watching it just on, like, the CBS Sports app, but there was so little coverage of this game that it didn't even, usually you can have play-by-play on the app. It'll tell you exactly what's going on. This didn't even have that. I didn't even know who had the ball most of the time. They're just, it was like, FIU, LIU, don't send anybody. We'll just we'll just get it off. Someone will call us on a landline.
I've been trying to look up the play-by-play.
You can't find it. You can't find it. So I don't really know how they ended up going for a field goal, scoring a field goal at the end of a game that they were up 35 points. Like, it didn't make any sense, but I'm taking that money, cashing that ticket.
Is there anything other than the internet I can look on?
I don't know.
That's what I'm on now.
Somebody says
Pause up.
Somebody says ESPN3 is part of ESPN Plus. No, I'm very aware of it. I don't spend the $5 for ESPN Plus. I did for a while, and I found that when I bought ESPN Plus, I was more apt to bet these stupid-ass games because there's literally no game you can't see when you've got the ESPN app. So, and every TV is a smart TV, so it's right there on your TV. You're just opening the app. And I found myself betting FIU LIU games because I could watch it. So
I love that decision. It saved my kids' college fund.
Or maybe he could have gone to Ivy League school.
Here he goes.
Never know. All right, what else you got, Solana?
Tomorrow's game is a 3:30 p.m. kickoff, Canes-Bama on ABC. That line has not moved, 19.5 points in favor of Alabama.
All right.
What time is the AM radio, the 560 WQM broadcast? Is it 4 hours before?
Yeah, 11:30 is pregame and kickoff 3:30.
Also tomorrow, UF FAU 7:30 p.m. on the SEC network.
I have predicted a major upset for Willie Taggart, N'Kosi Perry, and the FAU Owls.
Okay, son. It's tomorrow. Let's put some money on it.
Friendly
bet.
We're gonna.
I'll give you the points.
Oh, no. You're betting FAU with me.
Hell no,
yes,
I'm not.
You are.
No, Jack.
Yo, you're in the consortium, Jack. Yes, you are.
Take me off the thread. Put me back on about 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
He's like, let's bet this game. I'm like, we did.
No,
I'll bet you straight up. I'll bet you straight up on that game.
Straight up.
With the points.
Hawk.
I'll bet you straight up with the points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still.
You're giving me 23.5 points.
Hawk.
Yes.
That's what you want to do?
I'm happy to.
Okay. Don't act crazy.
Okay.
Don't act crazy.
Because I'll come in here Monday and I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
I want mine in ones.
Couple college football scores from yesterday, just games that we mentioned. UCF came from behind, beat Boise 36-31.
They looked terrible at the beginning of the game. I was watching that game. That game got delayed all night. So by the time I got laid down into bed, it was like 10 o'clock. Game is starting. I'm like, all right, I'll watch UCF.
NC State took care of USF 45-0.
Yep.
USF
They're,
fell off the cliff.
What they have, like 1 or 2 really good seasons, surprising seasons, I should say, and then they're a patsy of a team.
They were in the top 10
right?
at one point.
It was crazy. You thought, wow, because there was a little bit where you're like, okay, there's 2 new powerhouses in Florida, UCF and USF. And people were waiting for FIU and FAU to be powerhouses as well. Like this was going to be. And man, did USF, just fall off a cliff.
Yeah, Charlie Strong was there. I was like, yep. They're on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to get a guy like that, and then, boy. Somebody in that athletic department is really fumbling the sack.
Yeah.
They are fumbling the sack.
They were on the come-up, and it just disappeared.
Los Marlins, they lost 4-3 to Los Mets. They begin a 3-game series versus Los Phillies. Tonight, Jesus Luzardo, he's on the mound, and Inter Miami, they play at FC Cincinnati tomorrow, 8 p.m. If you're planning on going to that game, just don't. Trust me. You don't want to go to Cincinnati. Your weather from the Domestic and Dover
Didn't win you over, huh?
Attorney Weather Center. Call 24/7 at 866-954-MORE. I hope Jason Jackson's not listening. I don't want to sever any ties with J-Jax.
After your debacle with the ascot.
82 degrees, mostly cloudy right now in South Florida. It's been raining all across Miami since early this morning. Tonight, the lows are going to drop to around 75. That's your weather.
On Pod Save the World, we want to be your cheat sheet for global events. My name is Tommy Vitor, and each week, my co-host Ben Rhodes and I break down the biggest stories from around the world. Ben and I both worked on President Obama's national security staff, and we'll introduce you to the activists, politicians, and journalists who can help us understand what's going on around the world, what it means for the United States, and what it's like being inside the White House Situation Room during a crisis.
Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your pods.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. While summer is a great time for recycling, some summer items should not be mixed in with your curbside recycling. Items like garden hoses, plastic planters, pool toys, squirt guns, and lawn chairs are generally not recyclable and are best donated to charity. If you have a question as to whether an item can be recycled, look for the recycling triangle and number, usually on the bottom of the product. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world. And we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.